downtown library. I'll see you later.
Oh, yeah, wait, Pete. I'll drive you there, buddy.
Oh, no, I'll take the train.
No. I need the exercise. Go on. Go.
Thanks for the ride, Uncle Ben.
Now, wait a minute, Peter. We need to talk.
Well, we can talk later.
Well, we can talk now. She's let me.
But what do we have to talk about? Why now?
Because we haven't talked at all for so long. Your Aunt May and I don't even know who you are anymore. You shirk your chores. You have all those weird experiments in your room. You start fights at school.
I didn't start that fight. I told you that.
Well, you sure as hell finished.
What was I supposed to do? Run away?
No, you're not supposed to run away, but... Pete, look, you're changing. I know. I went through exactly the same thing at your age.
No, not exactly.
Peter, these are the years when a man changes into the man he's going to become the rest of his life. Just be careful who you change into. This guy, Flash Thompson, he probably deserved what happened. But just because you can beat him up doesn't give you the right to. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Are you afraid that I'm gonna turn into some kind of criminal? Quit worrying about me, okay? Something's different. I'll figure it out. Stop lecturing me, please.
I don't mean to lecture and I don't mean to preach. And I know I'm not your father.
Then stop pretending to be.
Right. I'll pick you up here at 10.
Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and fear, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Belongs to elders and apostles, citation, true election, the true real house of David. And with great power that we have, not just in word, but in power, the kingdom of heaven is, with great power comes great responsibilities, and you know, in that we've been entrusted with the gospel and this truth and the word of the Lord. You know, we're held at a very high, we're held at a very high moral code. You know, we just can't do whatever we want to do. We're prisoners of Yahushai. You know, and you know, none of us is perfect. You know, none of us is perfect, but the more greater thou art, like I said, Sirach, the more greater thou art, the more humble thyself. You see. And the thing is with a lot of guys is that, you know, and our people, our nation in general, is that they have a lot of daddy issues. You know, whether the father's dead or, you know, our people, of our men, the males, their fathers are dead or in jail or deadbeats or just not around. And that breeds a lot of confusion in a person's life when they don't have their father, you know, and their mother, especially the father. And just like in the scene, you know, Peter, he didn't want to have it. He didn't want to hear it. But that was a jewel that his uncle was telling him right there. You know, even though he could beat him up, you know, no problem, but he had to be. See, it's all about this truth is all about being a bigger man. You know, being the bigger man, being the spiritual, like how David dealt with Saul. This is what the truth is all about, not being overcome with evil, but overcoming the evil with good. You see, and you know, like me personally, I learned a great lesson this past weekend at camp. And it's beautiful, man, and it's really beautiful to have, you know, a few elder that's like still in the spirit, and brothers that's still like in the spirit of rebuke and correction and chastisement, which is all of the Lord, because each and every one of us, if you like, we're spiritual brothers, we're spiritual fathers of each other. We watch out for each other's souls. You know, we sincerely want the best for each and every one of us. And just like the uncle Peter Parker, right, Spider-Man, he said, what you be, you know, there comes a time when a man changes. You know, what a boy changes. But when the time of our change, which not from, you know, manhood, right, from a child to a man, you know, but in terms of we're being changed in the spirit, we're being changed into immortals. We're putting off the mortal flesh. We're not caring about the carnal things as much. We're caring more about the spiritual things, the heart, the mind, the things you can't feel and touch. And and that's why he said, be careful what you change into, because that's what you're going to be for the rest of your life. So it's all about being disciplined and creating good habits. Don't, matter of fact, let me get this precept, because the scriptures say, let me get this one first. This is, let me see here. All right, Ecclesiastes 38 and verse 18, it says, for of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. So what did the Lord say? He said, take upon me my yoke, for my yoke is light, and you shall find rest for your souls. So by us doing this work day in and day out, we leave no time. We leave no time for the devil, the adversary, to come in and sift us like wheat. You see? And that's the ultimate sacrifice. That's the ultimate, this is a very selfless, charitable labor that we're doing. We're putting this work first. This is the first priority in our day. And everything else revolves around it. When you make this the main purpose of your life and of your days, then the Lord, he's going to make you the main thing that he's going to revolve around as well, for salvation, deliverance, mercy, love, and with all these potholes and sinkholes opening up, man, what have we been saying? Number 16. And it's heavy, because I've been seeing a couple other brothers, they're starting to realize it too. They're putting up scriptures on social media, and they're like surprised about it, like, whoa, and they was like, I was thinking the same thing. So our people are starting to realize, what's up. All right, Sirach 38 and verse 19, in affliction also sorrow remaineth, and the life of the poor is a curse of the heart. Take no heaviness to heart. Drive it away, and remember the last end. You see, so we're at the end. You see, the Lord said to endure unto the end, be strong, courageous, and rejoice in the Lord. It says, forget it not, for there is no turning again. Thou shalt not do him good, but hurt thyself. Remember my judgment, for thine also shall be so. Yesterday for me, and today for thee. You see? So that's the time of coming in. We have to put off this flesh, which we're already doing it by walking in Yahushua in the spirit. So we're not fulfilling the lust of the flesh. And like I said earlier, we've been entrusted with this gospel, and a lot of guys, they've actually shown themselves that they're not worthy to be trusted with the gospel. They've corrupted it. They're perverting it. They're turning it into something that it's really not. Going talking about men all day and doing videos on other guys and just gossip, man. Like fucking woman. And that's why if it wasn't for the remnant, we would have been like Sodom and Gomorrah, effeminate, weak, just gossiping, want to be seen. Oh, I gotta be seen. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord, what he's doing right now, he's entrusted it to men that are going to be worthy to handle it correctly. They're going to know how to show mercy on their brother. They're going to know how to heal our people, know how to deal with certain different spirits and situations. John 2 and 24. Verse 23, it says, now when he was in Jerusalem at the Passover, in the feast day, many believed in his name when they saw the miracles which he did. But Yahushua did not commit himself unto them, because he knew all men, and needed not that any should testify of man, for he knew what was in man. You see? So, just as Yahushua, he didn't commit himself to man, because he knew what was in man already, which was darkness, evil, deception, subterfuge, all that stuff, man. Selfishness, caring about themselves. That's why Yahushua didn't commit himself to them. And that's why I said, verse 25 says, and needed not that any should testify of man, for he knew what was in man. Now, going on word testify is martyreo, which is what? To bear witness, to affirm that one has seen or heard or experienced something, or that he knows it because he taught by divine revelation or inspiration. You see? It says to give, not to keep back, testimony. A lot of guys are keeping back the testimony. You see, to utter honorable testimony, give a good report. You see that you're worthy and you're what you've been trusted with, right? The gospel, you're handling it correctly. You're dealing rightfully. You're walking to the high moral code that we're to walk in, which is Yahushua. You see. Now, when you go to the book of Job, (32) and 8 says, "But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment." You see, so we're in a time now where a lot of elders and stuff, they've actually gone in the way of Eli. When you look at what Eli did, he had respected persons because they were his sons, but they were being absolutely wicked. They were sons of Belial. Who his real son was really Samuel. He was telling them the truth. And even Eli told Samuel, "Hey, tell me the truth and don't lie." And he told him once he was built up and strong enough to say, he said it. He didn't hold back nothing from him, man. He said, even by sacrifice and oblation, they shall not be forgiven for what they've done. And that's what guys are not doing. They're not holding and upholding the high moral code of Yahushua. You know, what was his sons doing? They was sleeping with a woman right by the temple. You know? Which obviously the scriptures say, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a woman and it's, you know, we can have multiple wives, yes, but you gotta understand that not all things are expedient. We're not in the time of having that, man. Other woman became the beginning of sin. Through her, we all die. See, a lot of guys, you're gonna get destroyed because why? You're guiding the people, right? Our people, not to how shy, but what? Towards this world. This world's all about catering to the woman, catering to the flesh, right? And making men, not men of, mighty men, but making them weak men, man. You see? Now, going into that word in John 2, in verse 24, it says, "But Yahushua did not commit himself unto them because he knew all men." So, just like now, Yahushua, he hasn't committed himself to a lot of guys. And just like you'll talk about a relationship, right? You'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm committed. It means you're all in. So, the Lord, Yahushua, the word, he's not all in a lot of guys. So, that word commit in the Greek,
Strong's G 4100, pistuo.
is to think to be true. It says to place, that's the point, to place confidence in. See, so Lord, he has faith in his men, in his friends, that they're going to what? They're going to keep the love unto the end, just as Yahushua did, endure unto the end, willing to lay down their life. And when you go to John 13:1, it says, "Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yahushua knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end." You see? And the Lord says, Ecclesiastes, "Better is the end of the thing than the beginning thereof." So we're in a better time, man, now that we're approaching the end. And, some of us are going to depart this world by being martyred. Some of us going to depart this world by not tasting death. You see, but we're in a great time for those that have actually kept the word of the Lord faithfully and without spot, haven't misused it or misguided the sheep away from the Lord and the Spirit, but rather to themselves and the flesh and the carnal things. There's a great reward for you brothers, man, that still defend the gospel, man. And not trying to defend your camp or your own persons, but defending Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's what we're set up to. That's what we're set up for. People think that our weapons are carnal, so they think like, oh, you're trying to fight. You want to, defend yourself. We're not defending ourselves, man. It's the Lord that's defending us. By us defending the word, right? Yahushai is in return defending us. He's justifying us, man, in the flesh. You see? So that word commit, right, is to have confidence. It says, used in the New Testament of the conviction and trust to which a man is impelled by a certain inner and higher prerogative and law of soul. To trust in Yahushua power as able to aid either in obtaining or in doing something. See, intellectual faith. Which intellectual is mental, so it's all in the head. Now, so the word commit here in the Edom Online is to give in charge, to entrust. It says to unite, connect, combine, to bring together. You see, also means to send. So the Lord, his true apostles and prophets, they're united with the Lord. They're united with the doctrine. They're connected. They're combined. They've been entrusted with the word of the Lord. They've been given a charge, and they're going to keep it unto the end. It says, trust oneself completely to. It says, put or bring into danger by an irrevocable preliminary act. See, and we're being brought through the danger. It also means emotional or moral engagement. A lot of guys are not showing emotion because they don't have the heart in this. Their heart is not combined and united with the Lord's heart, with the Lord's mind. Alright, this is the book of Psalms 86 and 11 says, teach me thy way, O Lord. I will walk in thy truth. Unite my heart to fear thy name. I will praise thee, O Yahweh, my power, with all my heart, and I will glorify thy name forever, for great is thy mercy toward me, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell. You see, and we're in Jacob's trouble. We're in hell. And the temperature just keeps on rising. You see, the pressure keeps on getting more immense. 2 Corinthians 1 in verse 12, and this is going into Paul's integrity. It says, for our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but by the grace of power, we have had our conversation in the world, and more abundantly to you word. You see, so this word, this truth, this gospel is being preached about the four corners of the earth, but it's more abundantly to what the true elect, the chosen. For we write none other things unto you than what ye read or acknowledge. And I trust, see, commit, ye shall acknowledge even to the end. It says, as also ye have acknowledged us in part, that we are your rejoicing, even as they also are ours in the day of the Lord Yahushua. You see, and let me just get that word for entrust, because that's what the Lord has done for his men in these last days. He's entrusted them with the building of the house of David and how to build. That's why the Lord said, no one else can lay that foundation that Yahushua laid. That's why the Lord said, take heed, every man watch it, how he built it thereon. You see, just like Noah, he didn't make a wrong measurement, trying to tempt the Lord. You got a lot of guys, you're tempting the Lord, man, by how you're teaching, how you're building, man. See, and a lot of guys, you're actually building with Esau. So everything that you're doing is going to be what? Be destroyed. Malachi, they shall build, but the Lord's going to destroy, and they shall be called the border of wickedness. So that word entrust, right, is to assign the responsibility. For with great power comes what? Great responsibility. It says assign the responsibility for doing something to someone. And what did Yahushua tell, man, that was so like different and just like so new and just like, out of this world? What did he say? What did he tell you to? So it says assign the responsibility for doing something to someone. What did he say? To love your enemies, bless them that hate you. And how you do that? By teaching the word, by making your body living sacrifice, man. Going the distance to get to Yahushua, and for our people to be able to get to Yahushua as well. You see? It says put something into someone's care or protection. So the Lord, he's putting this truth into the care and the protection of the elect, the warriors, man. Not you false anointings, man, out there hiding behind camps, hiding behind cameras, hiding behind a garment, hiding behind a beard and fringes, and hiding behind, I kept the Passover. It's about the spirit and what you're talking about, man, and what you're defending. 1 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. But as we were allowed of God to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but power, which trieth our hearts. Lord, he's putting us to test every day. And we're not pleasing men. We're not pleasing ourselves. We're not pleasing the flesh. We're not in this truth to please women. We're in this truth to please the Lord. And by us pleasing the Lord, making the Lord happy, guess who we're going to make hateful and mad as hell? The world. A lot of guys in the truth that are still of the world. That's why the world heareth them and listen to them and praise them. So do they to the false prophets. For neither at any time use we flattering words, as ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness, as God is witness. Nor of men saw we glory, neither of you, nor yet of others, when we might have been burdensome as the apostles of Yahushua. See? And the Lord said he sent the apostles last as they were appointed to what? To death. You see? Hebrews 2 and verse 9 says, but we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he might by the grace of God should taste death for every man. And this part of this chapter is called Yahushua briefly humbled, which that humble goes into humiliated. So our short affliction worketh in us a greater glory, eternal glory. It says, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. Verse 11. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one. See, they're all together, they're combined, united, you see. For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church, blessing praise unto thee. And Lord, he's in the midst where 2 or 3 is gathered, not where 10 and 20. A lot of you guys, man, you know you're the Pharisees, man. The chief priests and elders that had the masses all around you. You see? But Lord, he's declared his name. He's showed who he truly really is. He's committed the gospel to what his few and real. And that word declared is to bring tidings from a person or a thing. Bring word. To make known openly, proclaim. So the Lord, he's given us this good news, this gospel. Hebrews 2 and 13, the point says, and again I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me. You see, which is what the elect, right? And when you go to Job 13 and 15 says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain mine own ways before him. Verse 16, he also shall be my salvation, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. Woo-hoo. So a lot of guys are not coming before Yahweh Shai. They're hiding amongst the trees because they're naked. They're ashamed of the Lord and the Spirit of the Lord. And it's heavy because what the Lord say? Job said it. Also, I think James as well. But they said, rather paraphrasing, when our bodies die, we shall bring nothing into the kingdom. So we're basically naked. Our spirit has, there's no more clothes and this. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy. For his, the scripture said, for it is certain that we came into this world having nothing, right? And we came into this world naked, and we're gonna leave this world naked. You see? But those that were in the spirit, right, before the fall of Adam and Eve, you see, They didn't need a carnal clothing and things on the outside to not be seen. Because they were one, they were united with the Lord, and the Lord had them hedged in. You see, hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears. Behold, now I have ordered my cause. I know that I shall be justified. So the true men of the Lord, they know certain things, man, for certain. They're not second guessing or questioning the Lord. They have the answer. A lot of you guys, even elders and stuff, all you guys do is just questions and questions and questions. It's crazy, man. It's really heavy what's going on right now, man. You see? Romans 15:24. Whensoever I take my journey into Spain, I will come to you, for I trust to see you in my journey, and to be brought on my way thitherward by you, if first I be somewhat filled with your company. You see? So on our journey, right, the spiritual walk that we're in, we trust that we're going to also find like-minded people on our journey. You see, we have faith. The Lord's going to seal the elect and bring in the end. Through what we're doing, speaking the word with power and intent, integrity, and courage, and purpose, man. We don't just do videos and it's just babbling in vain words. That's what guys have turned onto, just babbling, vain babbling and jangling. See, and guys, they'll do multiple videos on the RFID chip, which is Mark of the Beast, which we know that's been set in stone. But they won't, use Yahushai, the real hammer, and really hammer this down. Going to Yahushai, just consistently Yahushai, Matthew 23, so on and so forth. Other scriptures, the parables, 2 Corinthians 1:9. But we have the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust in ourselves. So by us not trusting in ourselves, or what we can do, or what I can do with this, the Lord, he's able to trust us with his word, because we're not going to do this thing to seek our own glory or praise of men. We're going to do this to what? Seek only the glory that is of the Lord. It says, but in God which raiseth the dead, who delivered us from so great a death, and doth deliver, in whom we trust that he will yet deliver us. You see? Psalms 40:4. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. And that's what a lot of our people and guys in this truth, they've done. They've turned aside to lies. They've respected the proud, the arrogant, the famous. And now the Lord's starting to open up the earth. This country, that country. You see? Psalm 73:28. Whew, you know what? 26 says, my flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. You see, just like I read earlier, they won't come before the Lord. The hypocrite shall not come before his sight. Job 13:16 says, for lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. A lot of guys, you're very far away from the Lord in righteousness, man. You're hypocrites. It says, thou hast destroyed all them that go whoring from thee. But it is good for me to draw near to power. I have put my trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that I may declare all thy works. You see? So everything that we're doing and going through, it's all the workings of the Lord that's hidden. Learning lessons, increasing, teaching others. This is the great work of the Lord. Isaiah 14:32. What shall one then answer the messengers of the nation? That the Lord hath founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it. You see? And that's the only ones that's going to be able to escape this coming annihilation, man, the second death. Which is going to be I forgot how they say the word, but like monolithic. How do you say that word? I don't know if that's a word. Right, but it's gonna be prolific, basically. I'll use that word. So this is 1 Timothy 1:11. It says, 11 says, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed power which was committed to my trust. You see? So he's committed the gospel, the glorious gospel, to the few men's trust, the few men that's going to be chosen. You see? Let's see if there's more on that word trust there.
Strong's G.
Yeah, that's about it. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Psalm 62:8 says, trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us, Salah. So, you know, you're not supposed to keep this truth in once you know it. You're supposed to pour out your heart to the Lord, man. Give the Lord no rest. You see, pour out your heart before him. And that's what we do. We pour ourselves out, man. We leave ourselves empty by the end of our days. We do the most. We put out when we do whatever we find our hand to do, whatever it may be. If it's sitting down, or if it's standing up, or taking a nap, or putting clothes away, whatever. We do with all our strength and might, man. Everything. Because tomorrow's never promised, man. Especially with doing this work of the Lord. Psalms 31 in verse 5 says, verse 4 says, pull me out of the net that they have laid privily for me, for thou art my strength. So the wicked of this world, especially our people, they have certain traps and snares and nets and webs that they've set up that they want for us to be taken, but no weapon formed against us shall prosper. I don't care if it's a water gun. I don't care if you send other men that feign themselves like they're true bells. You send fucking women. I don't give a what hell it is. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. Says into thine hand I commit my spirit. So into the Lord's hand we commit our spirit, man. And like I said in Sirach, we are to fall into the hands of the Lord than the hands of men. For as his mercy is, so is it. For as his judgment is, so is his mercy. You see? It says, thou hast redeemed me, O Lord, power of truth. See, so it's all about the truth, man. It says, I have hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in the Lord. You see? 8, it says, and it has not shut me up into the hand of the enemy. So, see, our mouths are not being shut and we're not being taken out. We're actually the ones that's taken out, guys, in the spirit. You see, like the brother did that video going into, being, it's just a quick thrust. We're not in so wicked, Esau shit, on some like torture and, just a quick, just boom, in the spirit though. Psalm 31 in verse 8 says, and hast not shut me up into the hand of the enemy, thou hast set my feet in a large room. See, and that large room is the wedding service, man, the kingdom. You see. Job 15 and verse 31. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. It shall be accomplished before his time, and his branch shall not be green. It says, he shall shake off his unripe grape as a vine, and shall cast off his flower as an olive. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. You see, and it's a beautiful time, man. When you hear all these things happening, you are to wake out of sleep, realize what you're surrounded by, be circumspect, be vigilant, and if you need be, cut people off, man. Get away, just separate, because not everyone has the Lord's best intentions, man. That's just the truth. The Lord's only entrusted his word, which is love, basically. It's only the ones that have love and have a kind heart. See, don't let anyone take your kindness for weakness, man. And all you anti-Yahushais, you wicked Pharisees, scribes, you chief priests and elders that crucified our Lord, and you're back here today doing the same thing, but in the spirit, crucifying the spirit of the Lord, quenching the spirit, hating the spirit of the Lord, hating these videos. Well, the Lord hates you, man. The Lord said woe unto you. And we're saying the same thing to you, man. We've been entrusted with the gospel. We're not going to pervert it. We're not going to do it deceitfully. You see? Let me just close off on that precept. 1 Timothy 1:11 says, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust. So it's the glorious gospel of the blessed God, you see. And we're blessed, brothers. All praise, glory, honor, and fear. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Kakadash. Above all. Hey, Shalom.